It was in August of 2017 that the Supreme Court declared privacy to be a fundamental right. 6 years later, we finally have a data protection bill that gives some semblance of a regulatory framework. We managed to get an exclusive sneak peek at the final version due to be tabled in the Parliament. So, what are the changes that have been done as compared to the last draft that was made public in November of 2022? Well, to begin with, number one, this is one of the biggest changes. In the earlier version, the government was supposed to notify countries where data can be sent for processing a positive list. The government now has done a complete 180 to grant relief to the industry. It will now be notifying countries where personal data can't be sent for processing, a negative list. Number two, in reduced compliance for entities collecting data, the final version has done away with the need to seek consent for transfer of personal data to a third entity for processing. Number three, there's some relief for startups as well. The earlier draft allowed the government to exempt certain entities from complying with the bill. In the final version, the bill explicitly mentions that startups could also be exempted. Number four, the government had received considerable feedback on a clause in the earlier draft which required entities to seek consent from parents while processing personal data of children. It was called age gating then. It has now been tweaked. If the government is satisfied that personal data of children is being handled securely, it may prescribe an age beyond which the entity collecting data no longer needs parental consent. Number five, there have also been a couple of additions. The government has given itself the power to block certain entities. The government has also given itself the power to seek any data from entities for purposes of this act. Number six, in another tweak to the earlier draft, the final version of the bill gives the central government immunity from lawsuits. This is in addition to the immunity enjoyed by Data Protection Board, its chairperson, as well as its members. Number seven, interestingly, the maximum penalty, which was earlier pegged at 500 crore rupees, has now been trimmed by half to 250 crores. And finally, number eight, decisions of the Data Protection Board can be challenged before the TDSAT. As per the earlier draft, it could be appealed only before high courts. For a more detailed and comprehensive look at the final version of the bill, do check out our website, CNBCTV18.com. Also, don't forget to mark your calendars. The government is likely to table the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill in Parliament shortly.